Arundel in West Sussex is both historic and very picturesque. Of the many thousand of visitors who come to Arundel each year, they could be forgiven for thinking it's just a castle, a cathedral and a few antique and tea shops. But look a little deeper and you'll find there's much, much more. The town market is always popular, and there has been a market on this site since before the Domesday Book was written in 1086. The current farmers' market, now held on the third Saturday of each month, is a chance to see and buy a wide range of the very best local produce. The historic castle was built at the end of the 11th century by Roger de Montgomery and has been occupied by the descendants of Dukes of Norfolk since 1138.
Hi! I don't suppose you know anywhere I can get a drink, do you? Maybe a pub where I could sit outside? Or maybe somewhere with a nice view?
Down there. There's the river and the Black Rabbit. It's really nice, yeah. Bye!
Thanks!
The history and prosperity of Arundel is tied up with the River Arun, from which the town gets its name. Mill Road, the much-used avenue of trees, roughly follows the meandering river to one of Arundel's best-loved places to find refreshment, the Black Rabbit. The Black Rabbit is a relatively new pub when compared to the rest of Arundel. Built in 1894, it is younger than most buildings in Arundel. Formerly owned by the Duke of Norfolk's family and popular with locals and visitors, its excellent location by the river is the perfect place to enjoy some refreshment and the unique views of the river and castle. Opened in November 1976, the Arundel Wetland Centre is set in the splendour of the South Downs, adjacent to the River Arun. Formerly part of a watercress farm, the centre is home to a collection of over 50 species of wildfowl from all around the world. It's the perfect place to enjoy the wonders of the natural world. In Pelican Cove, you'll find the Dalmatian pelican, the largest and rarest of the pelican species. A popular feature are the electric boats which silently glide round the ponds and reed beds, giving the opportunity to get even closer to the wildlife. The beautiful Arundel Cathedral dominates the skyline. So much so that many visitors miss the Church of St. Nicholas. It's located just a short distance from the cathedral and in many ways much more interesting. What makes the Church of St. Nicholas unique is that on the 12th of December 1544, just before Henry VIII ordered the abolition of the chantries, the 12th Earl seized the chantries' land and buildings and gave them to the king. A few days later, the king sold them back to the Earl. Consequently, the chancel, Lady Chapel and sacristy are taken out of the hands of the church and became the private property of the Earl and his descendants, a powerful Roman Catholic family. The gate remains firmly locked and may only be opened by special permission of the Duke of Norfolk. Just down from the castle is the picturesque Maltravers Street. The town hall, located in Maltravers Street, is not the prettiest building in Arundel. Erected in 1836 by the 12th Duke in the Norman style, which was very popular at the time, it has a rather gloomy, foreboding external appearance. Maltravers Street is a delightful and most gracious street, featuring large and small houses of many ages and styles, shapes and colours. The street follows the contours of a hill, and consequently the gradient caused problems in the days of horse transport. It is said that either the Duke or Queen Victoria herself got stuck in the snow in their carriage on the way to the castle, and consequently ordered a cut to be made to bring the road to the 2 levels we see today. The old chapel dates from Victorian days and has been an antique centre since 1982. Because of its history as a one-time thriving port, there were many sailors loose in the town. This inevitably meant there were many pubs. Within living memory, there were 21 pubs. And although many have now gone, the oldest of them all remains. The King's Arms. The King's Arms dates from 1625 and is a Grade 2 listed building. If you get the chance, do visit Arundel, and remember, there's a lot more than just the castle, cathedral and antique shops.